Good morning and welcome to Wednesday, April 22nd. This is AP Statistics. I'm posting the answer key for the previous assignment that goes over 11.1 and 11.2 for the goodness of fit example and the test that turned out to, I think, have been homogeneity. Today what I'm going to do is go over how we use the calculator effectively for the chi-square tests of independence and or homogeneity. So let's use the observation matrix from yesterday's problem. So we had people that were under 30, between 31 to 45, 46 to 60, and 60 plus. Then we had people that chose branch banking or online banking. And they gave you, in addition to that, as if you could not add, they gave you the totals in both margins. Okay, so the data we had was for the branch banking, we had 16 and then 18, 19, and 22 for a total of 75 people. And for those who preferred the online banking, we had 37, 38, 26, and then 8 for a total of 109 people. In the totals for the age groups, we had 53 that were younger, 56 in the second group, 45 in the third, 30 in the older group, for a total of 184 people. All right, so they gave you all that. That was nothing that you had to actually do. You had made the expected value matrix, and you had made the chi-square matrix, and you found the chi-square total, used chi-square CDF with in this case, what was it, 5 degrees of freedom, no, 3 degrees of freedom, and got the answer and were very happy with your solutions, I'm sure. But how do we use the calculator to make life a little easier? So here's what I want you to do, all right? On your calculator, all I want you to do first is find the matrix function. We're using matrices to solve these problems. So the matrix function is located under second and then the x inverse. So second and the x inverse, which is right there, and it brings up this matrix option. Now you don't want to just hit enter because we're not going to just use the matrices. We have to edit one. So what I want you to do is go over to edit and then hit enter where it says A. So we have matrix A. The first thing you have to do, now I did mine already, but the first thing you have to do is you have to change the dimensions of your matrix. Matrices are listed as rows by columns. Now, the matrix we were given, if you look at the board, had 4 rows of data. We don't look at the total row or column for the dimension. 4 rows of data and 2 columns of data, making it a 4 by 2 matrix. So make sure that you write in 4 by 2 for the dimensions of the matrix. All right, now, enter the values, obviously, as they were entered. So you want to make sure you have the numbers in the right spots, but this first column is the branch banking preferences, and the second column are the online banking preference people. All right? Now, so far as actual work, this is the lion's share of it. Make sure that you've got the right data in there and there's no errors. Next, I want you to go to Stat and then go to your tests. And I want you to go up, not down, to where it says chi-square test, option C. Do not use the GOF test, that's goodness of fit. That was for the first kind of chi-square test we looked at. So look at the chi-square test. It says observed. What it wants to know is, where did you just put your observations? Well, we put it in matrix A, and that's the default anyway. Expected. Now, it makes it for you. It's going to make your expected value matrix. You don't have to do it at all. It just wants to know where you want it to get put. So leave it as B, because that's where you want it to be anyway. Then it says color, who cares? It says calculate, draw. It doesn't even want to know degrees of freedom. It will know what that is because, of course, it's a calculator. It knows what to do. So you're going to go to calculate. And it tells you everything you need to make a conclusion. It gives you on top the chi-square total. For this problem, 17.397, whatever. Down below that says P equals. That's the P value for the entire problem. In this case, it has, don't forget, e negative 4 down there, so it's a very small p-value, 0.00058, blah, blah, blah. Below that, the degrees of freedom, which you already knew were the rows minus 1 times columns minus 1. So 4 minus 1 is 3, 2 minus 1 is 1, 3 times 1 is 3. Okay? It's the answer. It does it all for you. If you wanted to show your work, or if I'm asking you to show your work, or at least what the expected value matrix is, you could just go and look at it now. So go back to your matrix function, second x inverse. So we go to second, and then x inverse. And now you want to look, so you want to go to edit matrix B. You're not going to really do anything to it. You're just going to look at it, edit matrix B, and there it is. Now, obviously, because it's limited in space, it rounds to certain decimal places. But if you want to see what they are, just go into the matrix, and it shows you what the actual values are without having rounded. And you can just go all the way, all through the matrix if you want to. There's no problems there. Okay? So far as a quick and easy double check for how we get the answers, that's all you have to do. There's no quick double check or quick, let's say, shortcut to finding the chi-square value matrix. For that one, you either have to just do it by hand, or you have to find the workaround using a goodness of fit test, which isn't very easy or very quick. So it isn't really necessary to do. That's how we use our calculator. Now, the only thing I want you to do for today, again, optional assignment, is if you want to do the attached Chapter 11 test prep. It's one prompt, asks you to do one chi-square test. It could be goodness of fit, independence, or homogeneity. You read it, you interpret what it needs to do, and that's all you have to do. I will be posting the optional Chapter 11 test. Probably post that for tomorrow as assignment you can do. It won't be due necessarily on Friday, but let's say, due by Monday if you wanted to do it. It's going to be a shortened, obviously, just moderate test. I'm not going to use the multiple choice. I've decided to just make it basically 2 chi-square prompts. After all, your exam isn't multiple choice anyway, and you always have a little bit of a harder time with multiple choice than you do open-ended. That's all I've got for you. So enjoy the day. Take that practice work if you'd like to, and I will talk to you tomorrow.